Gemologist here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. So today I'm going to talk about stringing bead bracelets. I like to use these Zen bracelets to help me with energy. I love wearing them. Usually I'll layer them for like 3 or 4. But today for the video I'm going to wear one just so it doesn't make any noise or distractions. So what we're going to need to get started are simple things around the house that we have. Like for one, like a towel, like a hand towel that's a neutral color. These work really well, and we're gonna lay this out because that's gonna be where we're gonna put our beads. Now, you can also get bead mats, which I have one here just to show you. It's by Beadsmith. They have them on Amazon, so you're able to still get them, but they're these nice, they kind of have a felt feeling. They're usually a little bit smaller than the towel, and I just have gotten accustomed to using the towel. So these I kind of use when I have multiple things and I want to lay them out together because they're different colors too, which is kind of nice. And then the next thing you need is the clear plastic. It's a stretchy elastic. I'll make sure to put the link of the brand I use because you can get it on Amazon. So if you guys can see, it's kind of stretchy. And then that's pretty much like all you need to get started, truthfully. Things that I use to make it a little bit easier are these really great forceps. I got them on Amazon as well. And they, I'm gonna show you the way to do it just with this, but if you wanna go advanced and make it a little simpler, I'll show you at the end of the video what this looks like. So we're gonna get our beads. And these here are really fun. These are agates. They kind of have like a pink hue to them. You can see, make it easy, you know? So I like to roll them out and kind of just say a little blessing over them, kind of give them a little energy. I really want to have a nice, calm bracelet. These colors are really romantic, really pretty. Kind of just have a conversation with myself. And then what I do, instead of cutting it, just because, like I said, I want to teach you guys how to make it really easy for yourself, is I just pull out a lot of strings, as you can see here, about that much. And then some people like to lay out the bracelets and do it pre-advanced for color, but I get too in my head about it. Like, I'm very symmetrical in style, so if I lay them out for myself, if you're anything like me, then I start looking for patterns in them. And then I start overthinking it, and then I have trouble stringing bracelets that I really love. So what I do is I actually will look down, and the first one I look at is the one I grab. And then what you do is you loop it through. And this here is the drill holes on these, because that's kind of one of the art forms of this type of project, is that you want to make sure that you don't have too much space in there. So I just strung it through, and I'm looking, and I can double this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then, so we do have to go a little bit more advanced. I am going to unstring it here, and then use my super sharp scissors that I have just for this, scissors. And then what I'm gonna do is string them both through. I picked up a different one, but I'm gonna string them both through like that. And then I'm gonna take my forceps and I'm gonna put them down here, giving myself about 3 inches at the end. So then that way it doesn't come off. And then I'm just gonna hold these 2 pieces together, and I'm gonna keep stringing. And so what you do is, with something like this, I have a flow chart that I'm gonna post as well for how many beads that you need for how many inches. So I like to do it for a 7-inch wrist. And so depending on the millimeter size, depends on how many that I'll need. Usually with this size, it's around 15, but I'll make sure to put posts in the comments. And I will see you after I'm done. So we got it strung, we're back. We have it on here, and I always do have a lot of excess string. Sometimes I feel that I try to save and not use as much, but then what ends up happening is it's a struggle tying the knot. So now I've kind of learned to have like the excess. So pull up, now we're in the knotting part of it. So now we have the order we like. We've kind of done like a kind of a pinch and hold try on to make sure it's the right length. And so these here are 12 millimeters to 12.5 millimeters. And so for a 7-inch wrist, that would be 15 beads. But I like having just that extra bead because I like to wear mine just a little bit bigger and, you know, when I'm stacking them and things like that. So this kind of is really the important fun part where you get to tailor it to what you prefer. You can maybe have it a little tighter. And it's one of those things that the biggest thing I've learned about this is patience and knowing that you might have to string it a few times, and just know that that's just part of the fun, right? With any hobby, if you don't absolutely love it or love the fit once it's done, just restring it. So now that we have our beads on, we're gonna hold them up and kind of pull it just gently apart. Don't pull on this too much because you will overstretch it. Learned that the hard way, so I'd love to save you guys time doing that. But again, you can always restring it. So I kind of make sure that they're all kind of flow really nice. And then it's time to make the knot. So I pull it a little bit tight, and then I pull it around my finger, and then while I am pulling on it, I'm also holding it because I do, now that I have my knot, I do want to have it really well together, but I don't want to over pull it. And then I tie it, I usually tie it like quite a bit. Like people have joked with me before that it's just like my knots are good luck. So I usually knot it about 5 times. There's different ways to do it though, because some people like to have the knots hidden inside. Which I do teach that class as well. And if you'd like to get a virtual session with me, and I can give you the full list of everything you need for the advanced, like if you want to make professional bracelets, but these are really fun as well. But when you pull on the knot, you'll notice it comes up a little bit, and so you just kind of want to hold it there for a while. Again, just not over pulling it, but just kind of giving it some attention, and then do another knot. And this is kind of the fun part. But again, there's kind of like, you'll learn as you do it. Everyone is so different. That's what I love about making Zen bracelets, is everyone has a different flow. Everyone has a different style. And so now that my 2 knots that I got in there are good, I'm gonna do 2 more, because again, I love knots. I love the idea of it not breaking, especially if you have a lot of children or pets. I got my knots in there. Now I'm gonna take care of, now these are really great beadsmith tools that are really sharp and for cutting. So then I pull this up, and you wanna get close to the knot, but you wanna give it about, I would say probably like a quarter, like 2 millimeters maybe. Because if you do really close to the knot, it can come undone. But again, that's kind of the fun part, is you get to play around. And voila, we have our pink agate, also known as chalcedony, 12 millimeter bracelet done. Make sure if you enjoyed this video, put comments in below, and if you wanted to have like a virtual session with you and your family on making these. The really great thing is I was gonna host a workshop before we kind of went into shelter in place, so I actually have a lot of like rose quartz, amethyst, ocean jasper, and if you wanted me to put a little care package together for you, I can send you some beads, and they're great values because I was able to get them wholesale, and we can get some beads and some string to your house, and I'll send you all the supplies you need, and then we'll jump on a virtual call together, and we'll have some really wonderful mindfulness, self-care, as well as coming out with some fun jewelry and a hobby. So make sure to like and comment below, and please reach out to me if you have any questions. Gina the Gemologist here, and that was Bee Bracelet 101.